The next video, we're going to import our typical downstream channel section information. We're going to go to our survey information. Right now I'm in the geometry file. I'm going to switch over to our bridge survey information. In this file we have our stream bed, our upstream valley section, our two typical sections, upstream and downstream, and then our two downstream valley sections. We're going to go ahead and import this data here. If we look at the point numbers, it goes from 22 to 23, 24. And if we look at our spreadsheet, the information is supposed to be brought in. If you look at the second paragraph, or actually let's look at it all. The first point listed here should be the endpoint of the typical downstream channel section on the left side of the stream bed as you're looking down. Then the points need to be listed below from the left to right as on the typical downstream channel section as you're looking downstream. So if we look at the points, they start at 22 and go up from the left to the right. So this channel was surveyed in properly. So we're going to go ahead and click on it, and we're going to open up or edit the point features. And what that allows us to do is it gives us a dialog that has all the points listed in it. And we can select them all by selecting this top left box. And then in the column section below that box, if we right click, we can export this as a report. When we do that, it exports out to this report, but the report that we're going to use is the one listed below that, which is called Survey Points Table. And we're going to export this table, or this report, as an Excel spreadsheet because it's easier to copy and paste from the Excel spreadsheet. So we have our northing, easting, and elevation, but we also have point name, and the spreadsheet does support point names. It's not required, but you can put them in there. So we're going to bring the point name, northing, easting, and elevation into the spreadsheet. So we're going to go back to that spreadsheet. We're going to select the first point and then select all the data. So we're going to right click and copy. We're going to go back to the spreadsheet. We're going to be getting row 1 of this section. Under point name, right click and paste. Okay. Once that data is in there, we can go ahead and visualize the typical downstream channel profile, and that's what it looks like. So we're going to return to the main page. If the data was entered backwards, which it's not, if it was entered from the right to the left, you could just simply invert the downstream channel contents. Now we're going to go ahead and locate the station value. We're going to go back to the DGN file, close down our survey details, and the station value, if we look at the little help, is the stream bed station at the intersection point of the typical downstream channel section and the stream bed. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Civil AccuDraw to get that information. So I'm going to come up here and make sure Civil AccuDraw is turned on. I've got station and offset selected. And I'm going to use a horizontal tool, just maybe the line between points. And I'm just going to go out there and make sure that my snap mode is set to intersect. And I'm just going to hover over the intersection of that location. And but before I can do that, notice that my station value is set to 0. It needs to know what chain I want the station value to be based off of. So I'm going to hit the letter O and then select my stream bed. And now you can see that it's coming off my stream bed. And if I go back to that same point and just hover over it, not snapping, just hovering over it, you can see that you can get the station value. In this case, it's 31 plus 04.38. And so that's the value that we're going to type into our spreadsheet. I'm going to go right to that location there, type in 34 plus 14.54, and tap that in. And so that's all there is to entering the typical downstream channel section information into the GeoHEC spreadsheet.